Communications Commission is still working to assess how far this outage has extended. The FCC says it is working with other federal agencies, and at this point of the investigation, they actually have more questions than answers. So to help us get some clarity, Technology Advisory Group, we have our business development manager here, Jason Harlem, is joining us right here in studio today. Jason, thank you so much for joining us. So we want to start with just kind of a general understanding of how an update could roll out and impact people across the world.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's a really tough day for a lot of individuals and businesses, and unfortunately this can happen sometimes with technology. It doesn't always like to cooperate. And to give a little bit of context, CrowdStrike, which we've heard their name a lot today, is a cybersecurity solutions provider that is usually very reputable and does a great job keeping us safe and reducing risk every day. And unfortunately, one of their programs that is used for endpoint security released an update that wasn't quite ready to go live, it appears, and broke a lot of computers and is allowing a lot of people not allowing them to work well.
So what's at the crux of this update that is really causing this? I understand when we spoke briefly earlier, we're saying that you guys are understanding what that fix is and entails.
Yeah, so right now, CrowdStrike, as of this morning, has released an update. The problem is actually using the update is very difficult. So the fix right now is essentially manual, having to go to individual machines to restart them, boot them into safe mode, and go find a specific file to delete. So CrowdStrike and IT departments are struggling to try to find a more automated approach, if there is one.
Okay, so one of the things that I think is very important to share with our viewers at home, a question that I know a lot of people probably have, is how vulnerable does this outage leave our personal data?
It's a good question. The good news is there shouldn't be a major change as long as the update is rolled back and CrowdStrike continues to protect the computers that it's designed to protect. CrowdStrike, at its core in this product Falcon, is what we refer to as a next-generation antivirus. So for decades, we've relied on antivirus to protect our computers, but it's really not doing enough anymore. This next-level platform allows us to actually do more threat hunting, and when it's working, can really help protect data. So once the systems are restored and still operational, data shouldn't be as much of an issue. And I want to stress that while this is a huge issue across the world, and locally, being able to still use these types of programs is still very, very important for businesses and individuals.
How long would it take developers or IT experts to kind of roll out something that could get really the world back on track?
It's a tough question for me to answer, hopefully soon, but the reality is I know CrowdStrike has been working on this nonstop from the releases that they've had, but that's all the information we're working off as well. And the manual fix, again, is available, but trying to automate computers, especially once they've reached that point of not responding, can be very difficult.
So before we let you go, I do want to give you the opportunity, if you all are aware of what that fix is, to let us know how to do that. I understand that it could be a bit complex, but is there a way that our viewers can maybe reach out to you all or find that fix somewhere so that they can really get things like gas stations and some of those other kind of point of sale things back up and running?
Absolutely. So right now the fix is posted online on several articles. The best place I would recommend going is to CrowdStrike's website. They have a PR post that explicitly explains the steps required. Not all computers are impacted, but the ones that are, you can see that process. And for all individuals and businesses, what I'd recommend is once we get through this, use this as an opportunity to really assess your own situation. Think through what your risks are, what your dependencies are for technology, which is always a really big issue, and what we can do to reduce those risks and plan ahead so that if something like this happens, we're prepared to be able to keep working.
Is there anything else in your expertise that you think is pertinent for people at home or business IT managers to know?
At this point, I would get through the immediate need by fixing these issues and then really understanding, starting with a security audit and making sure you understand all the complexities that are with your IT system. There's so many different layers of security that we can use today. And the idea is to put different layers in place, similar to protecting a building between doors, locks, window locks, alarm systems, to reduce your risk by adding these levels of deterrence so that on a good day, you're protected, and occasionally with an inconvenience, you might have to be slowed down a little bit, but all in all, this is still a good thing for businesses to keep working through.
Jason, again, thank you so much for joining us. Again, he is with Technology Advisory Group. If you'd like to reach out to him or his company, we will have all of their information on our website for you. That is abc6.com.